So now for the weaving part, we have our loom, which is what this piece of paper is. And then we have our strips of paper. We're going to weave through it. Now there are a couple of special words that are special to weaving. One is warp, W-A-R-P. The other one is weft, W-E-F-T. Not left with an L. It is weft with a W. So in weaving, the part that stays still is the warp. So these pieces, these strips of paper are our warp. They are attached to our cloud. The weft are these pieces we're going to weave in here. But I'm going to call them strips of paper to help you. So now when you are weaving, the warp stays still. So you move your other paper. You go over, under, over, under, over, under, over. And you'll have a tail hanging off the end of that, and that is A-okay. You want to slide this all the way over against the edge, and then you're going to take your glue stick, put a spot of glue on that paper, and then stick it down so it doesn't slide. Okay? Stick it down right there. Now, our next color on our color wheel is orange, and I am doing this upside down just because it's easier for me to reach. I'll flip it around when I finish. Now, when you go to the next, when you're weaving, the next weft thread, if I had fabric or yarn, would go next to it. So we're going to use the next strip, and it goes the opposite. So where I went over with my red one, now with my orange, I'm going to go under, over, under, over, under, over, under. So it's the opposite of my red strip. Okay, so now I'm going to take my glue, and I'm going to put a spot of glue on my orange tip, and I'm going to stick it to that white. And you can see it kind of makes like a little checkerboard. You also want to glue the ends. Now that I have my first two in, I know I've got it correct, and I can glue those down. But you want to make sure they're correct before you glue them, because if you glue them and they're not correct, then they're stuck. Okay, so those are correct. So now my next color is yellow. I'm going to do over, under, over, under, over, under, over. And I'm just going to keep doing that all the way until I get my whole rainbow cloud attached. I'm going to glue the top piece, glue the bottom piece, and I'm going to keep going. And I'll get my green, my blue, and my purple. So I will show you a picture of this when it's finished. And that's it. That's how we're going to do our weaving. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.